Objective of the study: to be able to define the ethical obligation of global citizenship, to know what are the experiences that our OFWs undergo in the views of politics, and lastly, the important key points of the study. Global citizenship. The phrase global citizenship refers to the social, environmental, and economic initiatives undertaken by people and groups who acknowledge that all people are global citizens. It is also about how decisions made in one region of the world can have an impact on those living in another, and it is about the idea that all people are created equal and share a common humanity. It means being open to engaging positively with other identities and cultures. It also concerns how we respect everyone's human rights and fairly use and distribute the resources of the planet. Experiences of OFWs in the views of political. Modern Day Heroes is a great title tag to all overseas Filipino workers of OFW around the world. They are heroes who leave their families and beloved countries just to earn a better income to support their family and loved ones. Having big houses, farms, cars, jewelry, and other signs of richness are common to many overseas Filipino workers who are employed in different parts of the world. But working as an OFW is not always perfect as what expected. The truth is that they are also facing different challenges aside from leaving their families in the Philippines to have better future. Communication, finance, life, and work environment are only some of those challenges they encounter. Overseas Filipino workers face many daunting challenges from war and other conflicts to countless cases of abuse. How can the next administration help and protect OFWs? Common problem that our OFWs faces nowadays is that the human trafficking with the spread of globalization, what once was illegal organization has transformed into an illegal industry. In actuality, most victims of human trafficking are dubbed both of or otherwise forced into a difficult circumstance. That question is, does our government is doing anything to stop human trafficking? In particular, local governments play a significant role in reducing the vulnerability of potential victims, providing support and assistance to presumed and current victims, and implementing development strategies that address the root causes of trafficking, all in alignment with international human rights standards. That is why government conducts investigation more on trafficking crimes, convicting more traffickers, amending its anti-trafficking law, increasing funding to the Interagency Council, and sentencing nearly all traffickers to significant prison terms. In that case, it may lessen the common problems today, most especially to our overseas Filipino workers. Conclusion: the key points of this topic is that being a global citizen just means that you have another layer of identity added onto who you are, and if you take that identity seriously, there are a new set of rights and responsibilities that come with it. Also, there may be political or administration that are irresponsible in catering overseas workers. Governments accordingly must work cooperatively both domestically and internationally to prevent human trafficking. Countries must do its part to stem the rising tide of these cases. Though a lot of work remains to be done, particularly with regard to international cooperation on trafficking in person cases.
Good day, sir. I'm Flores Raymart. So I'm here today and I'm going to report about political. What is global politics? Global means worldwide, have planetary significance. Global politics refers to politics that is conducted at global rather than national or regional level. For example, United Nations almost has universal membership. Environment acquired global character. Economy become global because fewer and fewer countries now remain outside the international trading and financial system. In the 21st century has so far been characterized by a crisis of institutional politics. Nation-state governments have become less and less capable of solving long-standing, potentially catastrophic problems such as global climate change, world population growth, global inequality, and the loss of local cultures. As a result, many people are dissatisfied with politicians and politics in general. According to West, author of Social Movements in Global Politics, these flaws in policy making are not unavoidable and could be solved through extra-institutional forms of politics, such as social movements, which are defined as enduring patterns of collective activity that take place outside and often in opposition to official political institutions. Continuity and change in the global politics. Recent decades have witnessed momentous of events such as the end of the Cold War, the collapse of Soviet Union, and the September 11 attack on the USA, and the global financial crisis of 2007 to 2009. So while these and other events have changed the contour of global politics, certain of the features resisted change. This can be illustrated by the examining balance between continuity and change in the three key aspects of world politics: power, security, and justice. Power. Power is all forms of politics are about power. Modern global politics raises two main questions about power. The first is about where power is located. During Cold War era, this appeared to be an easy question to answer to superpower dominated world, leading to bipolar world order. Alternative views: power may have shifted away from states generally through the growing importance of non-state actors and increased role played by international organizations. Furthermore, globalization increased the influence of global market and drew state into a web economic interdependence that substantially restrict their freedom of maneuver. Next is security. The state-centric ideas of national security and the inescapable security of dilemma have also been challenged. There is a long-established emphasis with the liberal theory on collective security, reflecting the belief that aggression can be resisted by united action taken by a number of states. The last is justice. The growth of interconnectedness and interdependence has extended thinking about morality in world affairs, particularly through increasing emphasis in the notion of global cosmopolitan justice. The ideal of global justice is rooted and belief in a universal moral values that apply to all the people in the world regardless of nationality and citizenships. The most influential example of universal values as doctrine of international human rights. That's all.
Good day, sir. I'm the Cadet Bernardo, and I'm here to discuss my topic. It's all about political. So, the political is the global movement of people, often referred to as migration, is a complex phenomenon with various political implications. So, overseas Filipino workers or OFWs are significant group within this global migration pattern, and their experiences can shed light on political aspects of migration. So, OFWs often leave their home countries, the Philippines, in search or better economic opportunities abroad. This migration is influenced by both political and economic factors. So, the Philippine government plays in a role in facilitating the migration of OFWs through various policies and regulations. Additionally, the political condition in host countries can greatly affect the experience of OFWs. including their legal rights and protections. So, first example, sir, is the OFWs in the Middle East. So many OFWs work in the Middle East, wherein political tension and conflicts can impact their safety and well-being. For example, during the Gulf crisis or other religions conflicts, OFWs may face evacuation or uncertain working conditions due to the political instability in the region. So the second one is the OFWs in Hong Kong. So another example is the OFWs in Hong Kong, where political developments can have direct implications on the rights and status. For instance, changes in immigration policies or political tensions between the Philippines and China can influence the situation and rights of OFWs in Hong Kong, which highlights the interconnectedness of politics of immigration experiences.
Hi, I'm Cadet Pagapulaan, analyzing the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs in the views of political. So first, labor export policies. The Philippines has a long history of sending its citizens to work abroad as a strategy to address domestic unemployment and generate remittances. This labor export policy is influenced by the political choices of the government. Political leaders make decisions on labor agreements, bilateral relations, and the protection of OFWs in host countries. Next is economic factors. OFWs play a critical role in the Philippine economy. Remittances from overseas workers contribute significantly to the country's GDP. Political decisions on economic policies such as currency exchange rates and investments in sectors like education and training can impact the choices and experiences of OFWs. Next is diplomacy and bilateral relations. Political diplomacy and international relations play a substantial role in the welfare of the OFWs. The Philippine government negotiates labor agreements and cooperation with host countries, affecting the rights, protection, and treatment of OFWs. Political leaders may advocate the rights and well-being of their citizens abroad. So, in conclusion, the global movement of people, including OFWs, are intricately connected to the political landscape. Political choices and policies can either enhance or impede the experiences of OFWs, affecting their well-being, rights, and contributions to their home country. Understanding the political dimension of these movements is crucial to improving the conditions and protection for overseas workers.
Hello everyone, I am Cadet Bachansila and this is my topic about analyze the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs in the views of the economic. When we say it is a global movement of people, particularly the experiences of overseas Filipino workers. This is a significant aspect of international immigration and have economic implication. OFW are Filipino who seek employment opportunities abroad due to various reasons, including economic necessity, the pursuit of higher paying jobs, and the desire to support their families. And they play a vital role in the Philippine economy by sending remittances back home, which contribute significantly to the country's foreign exchange reserves and help support the livelihoods of their families. The experience of OFW vary, but many face challenges such as culture shock, separation from their families, and potential exploitation in the workplace. However, they often endure these hardships in the hopes of securing a better financial future for themselves and their loved ones. The economic impact of OFWs cannot be overstated. Remittances from OFWs provide a stable source of income for countless families in the Philippines, contributing to poverty reduction and improved living standards. These remittances also support various sectors of the Philippine economy, such as real estate, retail, and education, as they increase consumer spending and stimulate economic growth. Moreover, the government of the Philippines has established policies and programs to support OFWs, including legal protections, pre-departure orientation, and assistance during emergencies. These initiatives aims to improve the overall well-being and safety of OFWs. In conclusion, the experience of OFWs within the global movement of people are a complex interplay of personal sacrifices and economic contributions. They are a crucial part of the Philippines' economic landscape, and their experience highlight the multifaceted nature of international migration. As the economic impact of OFW, remittances from OFW are a major drive of the Philippine economy. These funds provide a stable source of foreign exchange, which helps stabilize the country's currency balance of payments. They also contribute to national savings and investment, further fueling economic growth. And in summary, the experience of OFW in the global labor market are immediately tied to the economic landscape of the Philippines. They contribute significantly to the country's economic, but their journey are marked by both opportunities and challenges. The government plays a crucial role in providing support and protection to this vital workforce, and there's an ongoing effort to make the Philippine economy more resilient and self-sustaining. So that's all.
So good day, sir. I'm Dick Kadit Marana Dian. So here's some another example of analyze the global movement of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experience of OFWs in the views of the economic. So the global movement of people, including overseas Filipino worker, is a significant aspect of the modern world. OFWs in particular contribute substantially to the economic landscape of both their home country, the Philippines, and their host country. They often face unique challenges and experiences. So, from an economic perspective, OFWs play a crucial role in the Philippines economy by remitting a substantial portion of their earnings back home. These remittances serve as a significant source of foreign exchange, contributing to the country's GDP and helping in poverty alleviation and economic development. So, however, the experience of OFWs are often complex. They leave their families and countries in pursuit of better economic opportunities. But they can face the challenges such as homesickness, cultural differences, and sometimes exploitation. So, economic factors, both in the Philippines and in host countries, influence their experiences, affecting jobs, availability, wages, and overall living standards. So, the global movement of people, including OFWs, is impacted by various economic factors such as labor, demands, skills requirements, and economic policies of both sending receiving countries. Changes in these factors can affect the decision of individuals to migrate as well as their overall experience in the host country. It is important to note that these observations are based on general knowledge and analysis and individual experience of OFWs.
may vary widely based on their specific circumstances and economic condition of the countries involved. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm here to tackle about the culture. First is economic contributions. OFW have been a crucial source of foreign exchange for the Philippines, contributing to the country's economy through remittances. These remittances support the financial well-being of many Filipino families, contributing to education, housing, and healthcare. Second is family separation. One of the notable aspects of the OFW experience is the separation from family members, often for extended periods. This can lead to emotional and psychological challenges for both the OFWs and their families as they cope with the absence of loved ones. Third is cultural identity. The OFWs have often adapted to the culture of their host countries while maintaining their Filipino identity. This cultural duality is a central aspect of their experience as they navigate different languages, costumes, and traditions. That's all. Thank you.
The fourth is challenges and vulnerabilities. Many FWs face challenges such as exploitation, abuse, and discrimination. In their host countries, they may also encounter legal and contractual issues related to their employment. These challenges have to lead the need for strong government support and protection mechanisms. The fifth is social impact. The OFW phenomenon has had a profound impact on the Filipino society. It has redefined gender roles, as many OFWs are women who take on the role of breadwinners for their families. It has also shaped the aspiration of many Filipinos, with a significant portion of the population considering working abroad as means to escape poverty and provide for their families. The sixth is cultural adaptation. OFWs often develop a global perspective, enriching their own culture with new experiences and influences from other countries. This cultural exchange can lead to a greater appreciation of diversity and multiculturalism. The last one is community support. OFWs often for strong communities in their host countries, providing mutual support and a sense of belonging. These communities help OFWs cope with the challenges of living in a foreign land.
So good day sir, good day everyone. So I'm Cadet Minias Bell Chelsea. My topic here is articulate a personal definition of global citizenship, appreciate the ethical obligation of global citizenship, analyze the global movement of people, display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs and the views of culture. So, articulate a personal definition of global citizenship. So what does it mean? A global citizen is someone who is aware of and understands the wider world and their place in it. They are citizens of the world. They take an active role in their community and work with others to make our planet more peaceful, sustainable, and fairer. So, appreciate the ethical obligations of global citizenship. A global citizen is someone who sees themselves as part of an emerging sustainable world community and whose action support the values of practices of that community. Many people today identify with being global citizens as more and more aspects of their lives become globalized. Next is analyze the global movements of people. So living in globalized world with its inherent easier movement of people between nations and possess new challenges for representative democracy and for party politics specifically. Political parties have traditionally operated at domestic level, yet with a large number of people moving around the globe, this is now changing. So next, we have display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs and the views of culture. Overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, have been hailed by the Philippines government as new heroes. So having big houses, farms, cars, jewelry, and other signs of richness are common to many overseas Filipino workers. So who are employed in different parts of the world. Working as an OFW is not always perfect as what is expected. The truth is that they are also facing different challenges aside from leaving their families in the Philippines to have a better future. Communication, finances, and life and work environment are only some of those challenges they encounter. Additionally, according to Participate Learning, culture shock impacts travelers even after they have settled in the country and become comfortable in new cultures. There are four stages of culture shock that OFWs may experience: honeymoon or euphoria, frustration or discomfort, adjustment, and acceptance. That's all, and thank you. Have a good day.
Articulate a personal definition of global citizenship and appreciate the ethical obligations of global citizenship. So, my personal definition of global citizenship is a person that is active and aware of its duties, responsibilities, and its obligation towards a better world. Global citizenship, on my definition, isn't a role that needs huge efforts. It is a role that, even as little as being a good person who follows morals and law, will have a big impact. The trying to throw garbage properly will count. Doing what is right and recognizing what is wrong is a way of doing your part as a global citizen. Every time when following what is right and doing what is right, giving efforts on opposing what is wrong is an appreciation of the ethical obligations of global citizenship. Taking part of movements, efforts, and opposing the wicked. Why is being a part of global citizenship important? It is important to everyone as a part of it because of every small actions of a person compels it into a much larger cause that result into an even better world. Analyze the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experience of OFWs in the views of social factors. The global movement of people refers to a person's movement across borders, either tourism, job, education, family, improving quality of life, and vacation, and more. Cultural differences. So first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs in the views of social factors. So social factors are the cultural differences. OFWs may view the social and cultural practices in their host countries with a mix of curiosity, appreciation, and sometimes adjustment. Challenges. Social integration. Some OFWs may feel welcomed and integrated into local community, forming positive social connections with both locals and others. Expatriates discrimination. Unfortunately, some OFWs may experience discrimination of prejudice based on their nationality or ethnicity, affecting their perceptions of social factors in the host countries. Economic opportunities. Many of FWs primarily motivated by better job prospects and financial gain, which can influence their overall perception of social factors, especially if they see these opportunities as positive. Social support. The presence of fellow Filipinos or a supportive community network in the host country can significantly improve OFW's views on social factors, providing a sense of belonging and comfort. These views are highly individual and can evolve over time as OFWs continue to live, work in their host countries. OFW social views on moving from the country to another one country to another, particularly when returning to the Philippines, can be influenced by various factors. Reunion with family. Many OFWs look forward to reuniting with their loved ones in the Philippines, viewing this as a positive and heartwarming social aspect of their return. Mixed emotions. Returning OFWs may experience a mixed emotions, including excitement, anxiety, and uncertainty, as they transition from social environment of their host country to their home country
home country. Social and adjustment. OFWs might find it challenging to readapt to the social norms and dynamics in the Philippines after spending the significant amount of time in another culture. Financial. Financial implications. Their social views can also be shaped by their financial situations upon returning, which can impact their social interactions and lifestyles in the Philippines. Social support. OFWs may rely on their social support networks such as family and friends to help them reintegrate into Filipino society, which can be both comforting and challenging. Overall, the society views of OFWs when returning to the Philippines can be a mix of anticipation, nostalgia, and a need to navigate various social and cultural adjustments.
Overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, are a significant example of global migration and provide insights into the experiences of migrant workers in the context of social factors. OFWs are Filipino nationals who leave their home country to seek employment opportunities abroad. Here is an analysis of the global movements of OFWs in the context of various social factors. Economic factors. Economic disparities between countries play a crucial role in driving global migration. Many OFWs leave the Philippines to seek better economic opportunities abroad due to limited job prospects, low wages, and lack of job security at home. The prospect of higher earnings and remittances is a strong motivator for Filipinos to work overseas. Social networks. Social factors, such as existing social networks and family ties, often influence the decision to become an OFW. Many OFWs are referred to jobs abroad by friends or relatives already working in those countries. These social connections provide both support and opportunities. Global labor market. The demand for labor in host countries, particularly in sectors like healthcare, domestic work, and construction, also shapes the movement of OFWs. Global labor markets and international recruitment agencies facilitate the process connecting Filipino workers with foreign employers. Cultural and language factors. Cultural familiarity and language skills often determine the destination country for OFWs. Many Filipino workers choose countries where they can communicate effectively and feel culturally comfortable, such as the United States, Canada, Australia, the Middle East, and Singapore. Legal and regulatory frameworks. The policies and regulations of both the Philippines and the host countries impact the experiences of OFWs. These legal frameworks can affect their rights, work conditions, and protection in case of labor disputes or exploitation. Social support and integration. OFWs face various challenges related to social integration in their host countries. Language barriers, discrimination, and cultural differences can make it challenging for them to adapt. The existence of Filipino communities in host countries often provides a support system for OFWs, helping them navigate these issues. Social and economic impact. The social factors associated with OFWs' experiences extend to the emotional and psychological toll of being separated from their families and home country. Many OFWs experience loneliness, isolation, and homesickness, which can have a long-term consequence on their mental health and well-being. Gender and family dynamics. Gender plays a significant role in the experiences of OFWs, as many are women employed in domestic workers or in caregiving roles. This can have implications for family dynamics and gender roles, as the absence of a mother or wife can lead to shifts in caregiving responsibilities within Filipino households. In conclusion, the movement of OFWs is shaped by a complex interplay of economic, social, and cultural factors. Their experiences are influenced not only by their host countries, but also by the policies and support structures in place in the Philippines. Recognizing these social factors is essential for understanding and addressing the challenges and opportunities that OFWs face as global citizens in a world increasingly interconnected by migration and globalization.